Hello and welcome to another video in our series, Lessons from the Schoolhouse. In these videos, I help you to find ways to bring the magic, the joy, and the simplicity of the schoolhouse into your home. Today, we are going to focus on rhythm and talk in particular about this idea of the colors of the day that we often hear about in Waldorf circles and communities. I have studied simplicity parenting with Kim Payne for 8 years. And under that model, we look at creating simplifying changes in our lives across 4 areas: environment, rhythm, schedule, and the adult world. And in this video, we're going to focus on the second one of those, rhythm, because a lot of families have contacted me over the past year wanting help in how to establish a rhythm at home. And today I want to focus in particular on the idea of the colors of the day. So what are the colors of the day? What is this that I'm talking about, if this is the first time you're hearing about it? And this is an idea of calling the different days of the week by different colors. And really, at its foundation level, the reason that we do this is that it creates ease for our children to understand the passage of time from one day of the week to the next. In English in particular, the days of the week all sound the same, ending with day. And to a small child, that makes every day of the week really sound like all of the rest when we talk about them by name. And children already find the passage of time confusing. And here's something we know. When our days can unfold in consistent and predictable ways, our children experience less overwhelm and less anxiety. And spoiler alert, so do we. But often it's hard for children to understand the passage of time when they're young. And one of the ways that we can help them with this is through rhythm. And if you're very new at rhythm and you don't know where to start, adding these colors of the day to your life is a great place to start. Even if you do nothing else but start to call the days of the week by the different colors, you'll start to notice that your child has a better understanding of the passage of time, and with that will come less anxiety and less overwhelm. In fact, I believe it will make their transitions easier and make them more cooperative and at ease. So let's talk about those colors. Monday is purple day. Tuesday is red day. Wednesday is yellow day. Thursday is orange day. Friday is green day. Saturday is blue day. And Sunday is white day. You may be looking at these and wondering why they're not in the correct order of the rainbow. And that's because they're not named after the rainbow. The colors for the days of the week actually originate from the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, and the planets. I'm not going to get into that anymore in this video, but you can find information online if this interests you. But just know that that is the origin of the colors. And if you're involved in a Waldorf community anywhere in the world, these would be the colors of the day that would be used. So what do we do with these colors of the day? So I mentioned just at the most basic level, start to use them. You may want to print out the names of the colors of the day to put on the side of the fridge to help to remind you. It can also help to have a physical representation, especially for a small child. So down below this video, you will see a link where you can download my PDF where I have created a circular color of the day chart, where there are 7 little pies in the circle and each one is colored with the appropriate color of the day. And Your child can spin that every day and turn it and show them where the next day of the week is. And what's nice about using a circular calendar is that it helps your children to understand that the week keeps repeating. It doesn't just happen in a line with a beginning and an end. It just keeps going. Having a simple chart works really well for the youngest children, as does having some other kind of physical representation in your home. Maybe it's a different color silk that you put on the nature table, or a different color napkin that they use for breakfast. As you'll see next to me, I have these peg people, which has been one of my favorite ways to introduce the colors of the day to my family and for my children to use them. And let me just give you an idea of how that looked. The only thing I had in my home to represent the colors of the day at first was the circular chart. And then I created these peg people. And every morning before breakfast, we would light a candle and say a little verse, a blessing for our day. And we would bring out the peg person that represented that day. And the purple person would sit there all day. And then on Tuesday morning when we woke up, we would put the purple peg person. How many times can you say that? We would put that one back and then bring out the next day. And this was a nice way for my young children to physically move something to represent the movement of time. And by doing that and starting to talk about the days of the week using their colors, your children will start to better understand the flow of time. You could add fancy things like napkins or silks or tablecloths, but don't feel like you need to do this all at once before you introduce this idea of the colors of the day. It took me years to slowly create and purchase different things for the different days of the week. So rather than think you have to do that, know that you don't. Just jump in now wherever you are in the process, and I promise it can make a difference. The next step with our rhythm is that we start to add things to our week for our children that happen consistently, where they know that every red day is when swim lessons happen, or every blue day is when we have pancakes for breakfast, or every orange day is when we go for a hike. So this colors of the day idea can really be the foundation for building a rhythm for your family. I encourage you to give it a try. Start by downloading and printing the PDF that I have here for you, and just talk about the days of the week using those color names, and have your child gain an awareness of which day it is by looking at the chart. And let me know how it goes. And we'll talk more in future videos about adding those predictable moments to our lives and how we do that and what they might be. I'll see you then.